Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Tuesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight. The Law Society of Namibia says it has observed and firmly condemns a trend of sensationalized and negative commentary directed at Justice Minister Yvonne Dausep concerning homosexuality and same-sex marriages. Many politicians, rights activists, and pastors openly criticized the recent High Court ruling in late June that declared the criminalization of gay sex unconstitutional. Some anti-gay rights activists even threatened to boycott the November 2024 presidential elections until the judgment was reversed. Following the ruling's declaration as unconstitutional, members of the public expressed strong anger towards the decision. One commentator stated, "The government in power must be voted out for this nonsense. We've been watching this agenda pushed by the Minister of Justice. I believe she was appointed for such evil agendas. We want a government that can morally lead us, not swap for liberals and anti-God." In an article published by Namibian Sun titled, "We won't vote until the government clarifies the LGBTQ stance," another member of the public commented under the Facebook post that "We are a Christian country, away with Sodom and Gomorrah. Idea of a man marrying another man, not even animals do such things." With talks rife about Dausep allegedly traveled a year ago to South Africa to marry another woman, President of the now deregistered Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters political party, Ephras Mukwilongo, publicly attacked the minister in parliament, challenging her to state whether she was a man or a woman. Last year, Dausep faced accusations that she was a relative and perhaps a silent instigator of Friedel Dausep, who challenged the legality of the sodomy law in the High Court, which ruled in his favor last month. The Electoral Commission of Namibia has announced new regulations for the registration of voters, political parties, associations, and organizations. While the general voter registration is already in full swing, the ECN spokesperson David Siluka could not explain why they have decided to update the regulations. According to the newly gazetted regulations, applicants for voter registration must now complete an application form, submit proof of residence, and may appeal any refusals. The regulations make provision for PVC cards displaying the voter's details, picture, and signature, along with a 2D barcode. A voter registration card or a duplicate voter registration card must be completed and issued as contemplated in Sections 30 and 35 of the Act, respectively, and must be polyvinyl chloride card that contains the registration details, picture, and signature of the voter. A voter registration card or a duplicate voter registration card must also display a 2D barcode with encrypted registration details. The voter registration card or a duplicate voter registration card must indicate the region, constituency, or local authority for which the voter is qualified to participate. For political parties, associations, or organizations seeking registration, the new guidelines mandate the completion of specific forms, submission of distinctive symbols, and payment of a registration fee. Political parties must pay $25,000 Namibian, while associations or organizations are required to pay $2,500 Namibian. Additionally, all entities must provide a constitution and a declaration affirming the adherence to the Electoral Act's requirements, including the promotion of elections and non-discriminatory practices. Surging organized wildlife crime syndicates, limits in wildlife protection, prosecution and sentencing, and inappropriate sentencing are just some of the challenges being experienced when it comes to wildlife crime in Namibia. According to the Namibia National Report on Wildlife Protection 2023, organized criminal activity appeared to be increasing in various sectors involving Namibia's natural resources. The report said that during 2023, complex syndicate operations were investigated related to rhino poaching, live plant trafficking, illicit timber harvesting, and trophy shooting. Some criminal convergence between different sectors has also been detected. It said that organized crime is about a willingness to make money by illegal means, whatever this might be. According to the report, rhino poaching and horn trafficking involve intricate criminal networks within Namibia, as well as international trafficking routes and nodes enabled by transnational syndicates. Far-reaching transnational syndicate networks have also been detected in the live plant trafficking sector, seeking to supply the global ornamental plant trade. Illegal harvesting of Namibia's timber resources is being carried out both via transnational collusion and through coordinated transgressions among Namibian actors. The report said that more localized syndicate-style operations have been uncovered during investigations into transgressions related to trophy shooting. To address these investigations into organized crime exploiting Namibia's natural resources are seeking to dismantle entire criminal networks rather than simply arresting individual suspects. It said that the use of wide-ranging surveillance and all available technologies is vital in facilitating the detection of criminal activities and the gathering of evidence and enabling arrests and prosecutions. On the other side of the break, we'll be taking a look at our story of the day. To stay with Sunset News.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Getting into our story of the day, the Walvis Bay Youth Climate Action Fund was officially launched this morning. Walvis Bay Mayor Trevino Forbes shares more on what the fund entails and calls on Walvis Bay youth to get involved. Leandria Mowers was there and gave this report.
The official launch of the Walvis Bay Climate Action Fund. It was started last year when we were at COP28, Mangula and myself, that we heard about the Youth Climate Fund it's a grant that's being awarded by Bloomberg Philanthropies. And then we as a municipality, we applied for this fund. So Walvis Bay being one of only 2 cities in Southern Africa that was awarded this grant by Bloomberg Philanthropies. And if you roughly convert it, it's about $1 million Namibian dollars that's being given to Walvis Bay. So this is a grant, and we have started asking youth to apply to obtain this funding. So it was from up to $100,000 per project that they could then apply for. So what we have now currently, we have 4 awarded projects that we do have now, ranging from, I see, $100,000 for 2 projects each, $100,000, and then $14,000 and then $15,000 for the other 2 projects. So they had to apply by application form to this to obtain this fund. And so 4 have been awarded, but we still have some funds left, and we would like to ask the youth to really apply. It's from 15 to 25 years old that you can apply. Come up with a project, do your submission, and then we will go through it, or the committee will go through it and then award to the successful bidders. So what we have decided recently is, because we didn't receive so many applications, that we will have a workshop this coming Tuesday, 2 o'clock.
Still on the topic of youth involvement in various sectors, After the break, we take a look at the importance of youth involvement in agriculture.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Getting into our community talk, Clemens Voits of Kramhoek Farm spoke on the importance of youth involvement in agriculture this morning, with a particular focus on organic agriculture. The farm hosted an event today centered around promoting organic agriculture. The event was hosted in collaboration with the Namibia Organic Association. Let's take a look at how that went.
I think there is a huge potential in agriculture to equip the youth and the children with abilities and knowledge that they actually urgently need and they don't get at school. I think there's a great potential. That is also a reason why we have a kindergarten and a little school in Kramhoek, because we think if we, from early ages on, sort of incorporate the children into what we are doing and let them, not tell them, this is a cow and she gives milk and she eats grass, but let them experience that. Let the child feed the cow every day. Then what the child is developing of skills, of knowledge out of that activity, that is sustainable education, if you ask me. And I think if children of today have the chance to understand the processes in nature and agriculture, because they are the basic processes of everything, then they really have a different understanding of the world. And if you look at what is happening today in the world, I think a lot of problems that we have to do with the fact that people are too much disconnected with nature and agriculture. And that is a problem that we are running into. And so I think that is really something where a great potential is in agriculture and in agricultural farms, and also the youth. You know, today, I mean, there are so many people studying agriculture in Namibia. And we try to be very open and invite them that they also come here and see this place, and they come here to do erosion projects and all kind of things. And I always try to tell them about the concept of Kramhoek. Yeah, because I think a lot of people in Namibia still think, I need to get my farm and my little piece of land, and then that is mine and I can then work on it. But I don't think that for the land that is very healthy. I think we need to think in larger scales and to work as a community or as a team. And I think that is a message that we really should give to the youth.
Moving on, according to Economic News, SME bank depositors and others approached the liquidators earlier this morning to hear where their money is. After the break, we expand on this.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Daniel Nawangwa, a client of the former SME Bank Namibia and others this morning, approached the defunct bank's liquidators about their missing money. Let's take a look.
Sending the SME depositors who lost their money in SME Bank. I think this was from 2017. We are talking of almost like 9 years now. 10 years almost, our money is still in SME banks. As you can see here, there are people who are owed lots of money. Most of us, we are owed over $1 million. And we have other depositors who cannot be here with us today. There are small people in the street who are selling tomatoes. There are small people in Ongwediva or Shakati who are owed money. People who are selling in the street in order for them to start their own businesses. Many of us, we lost houses because the houses were sold because we could not get our money from the bank. Most of us, we lost cars. Our children were chased from school. I remember most of our members, some they were having in good schools, they end up shifting their kids to schools which they can afford, cheaper schools. So we are saying it's a long time. We need our money now. So we had come here to talk to the liquidators, Bruni and McGrady. So we had a meeting with them, and they said they are still in the process of collecting that money, and perhaps we'll get a 5 cents share from what is left. We are only going to get 5 cents for every dollar we still have in the bank. So we are saying as SME depositors, government is a 65% shareholder in the bank, so they are the owners of the bank. Why can't government give all these poor people, all of us, money so that we can run our own business? We did not borrow money from the bank, but we gave money to the bank. So that's what SME depositors are talking about today. Simply to say we want our money back. And we need to go on with life, we need to run our businesses. And the people are suffering. Some people, they died of high blood pressure. Some people, they died because of depression, because of this money in the bank. So it is a serious issue. It is a very serious issue. The ordinary person, the ordinary SME is suffering. Some of us were employing a lot of people. We end up having to retrench because we could not afford to pay salaries. The money is locked in the bank. So how many people suffered in the process? So this is our position. We are talking, we are saying, SMEs, they say, now there's no more negotiation. We simply need our money from the bank, from the government. Since the government is a 65% shareholder, we need our money now. That is what the SMEs are talking about.
So if government is not able to give you your money, what will you do?
We don't see any position which the government cannot afford. I think government can make a plan somehow to give us our money. So we don't see in any way they can say they can't give us our money. So what we are going to I think we sit and we decide on what to do.
That concludes our economic news. Let's take a look at what's happening with the financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.18, against the euro at 19.61, against the US dollar at 18.14, 2 Namibian dollars and 49 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold went up while copper, platinum and Brent crude oil went down. Brent crude oil trading at 0.09%, going for $86 and 11 cents per barrel. In international news, India suspended 6 police and government officials for a stampede that killed 121. Do stay tuned for these after the break.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Getting into our international news, Indian authorities have suspended 6 police and government officials after a stampede that killed 121 people last week, accusing them of negligence in handling the event featuring a Hindu preacher. One of India's worst stampedes in recent years took place after about 250,000 people flocked to listen to a self-styled guru, far more than the number of 80,000 authorities had permitted. Tuesday's preliminary findings of a panel investigating the incident held the event organizers responsible, saying they failed to meet conditions set for the gathering. In response, A.P. Singh, a lawyer for the preacher, denied wrongdoing by organizers, saying they did not conceal anything from authorities, adding instead that the stampede was part of a conspiracy by anti-social elements whom he did not identify. Now, police have arrested 9 people involved in organizing the event, Singh said. The government said the panel had not ruled out the possibility of a major conspiracy behind the accident, but it needed further investigation. That concludes our international news. We now take a look at our weather predictions for tomorrow. Yeah. Hendy's Bay can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius, while Oranjemund can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. Windhoek can expect a minimum of 6 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 22 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Oshakati can expect a minimum of 9 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. We'll now head over to the sports desk where Ari Hohat brings us the latest in the world of sports.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with Wimbledon tennis first. It is one of the big majors of the world tennis calendar that's taking place in London on grass. It is week 2 and it's quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals week. In the men's division, Novak Djokovic is still in the tournament. He's 37 years old, trying to win his 8th title and also his 25th Grand Slam. So it's Novak Djokovic that's through to the quarterfinals. He beat Holger Rune in the round of 16 by 6-3, 6-4 and 6-2 quite comfortably, and he's through to play next against Alex de Minaur. He's from Australia, and it is Alex de Minaur that beat Anthony Fils of France in 4 sets to go through to the quarterfinals against Djokovic. Also good result for Taylor Fritz of the United States, and he came back from 2 sets down and he beat Alexander Zverev, one of the early favorites, number 4 seed, and he beat him by 4-6, 6-7 and then 6-4, 7-6 and 6-3 to be through to the quarterfinals, and there will play Italian Lorenzo Mazzetti. On to golf news, and it is golf news from Europe that play against the United States in Ryder Cup. That is in 2025. And the news from America is that Keegan Bradley has been appointed as the captain of the American team, and that is for the 2025 Ryder Cup that will be played in New York, and that is in 2025 at Bethpage. Black is the golf course name. It's Keegan Bradley that also played 2 Ryder Cups previously, played in 2012 and in 2014 for the United States against Europe. It's a team competition, and it is both those occasions that Europe won. And it is Europe that will defend their title that they won in Rome in 2023. They beat America in that game by 16.5 to 11.5. The captain of the Europe team in 2023 was Luke Donald, and he's been reappointed to be the captain for 2025 when Europe defend their title. And to conclude today's international sports news, it is rugby news. This coming weekend, it's the second test between Ireland and South Africa, the Springboks, that will be played in Durban. South Africa won the first test the past weekend in Pretoria. And not good news on the injury front for Ireland. The 2 players that started in Pretoria will not be able to play in Durban. Firstly, it's the hooker Dan Shin, and he's got a knee injury, and he's going to be replaced by Rob Herring, that's also in the touring squad. And then also scrum half, that is Craig Casey. He's got concussion after the game, and he's been replaced by Colin Blade from Connacht, but it will probably be Conor Murray that will replace him in the starting 15 in Durban when Ireland play again against the Springboks. Also, other tests that will take place this coming Saturday. It is also New Zealand that will host England for the second test. It was New Zealand that won that first test just by 1 point, 16 points to 15. The second test being played at Eden Park in Auckland on Saturday. Australia also hosts Wales, and that will be in Melbourne for their second test. And then in Buenos Aires, it is Argentina that will host France in their second test. And that's all happening this coming Saturday. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Do make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.